Welcome. What is this? The third or the fourth installment of Tequila Thursdays? What is this?
This is the fourth.
Fourth installment, yeah. Yes, guys. Happy December to everybody.
Right.
Um,
Let's start off by introducing everyone. I guess you know what. You want to go ahead? You want to start off?
Should I go?
You should go.
My name is Darryl Mills. El Mágico. I enjoy long walks on the beach. Anything you like, I like. Right? Your favorite broker. No, guys, you're seriously welcome. My name is Darryl Mills. I am one of the senior sales guys here at Ledmid Capital. Jose, you next?
Jose Martinez. I handle business development of Ledmid Capital, Fun Rock Capital as well. Trying to find a lot of good talent. All this good talent in this room today. Obviously, you know what I want to take credit for 100%. For every single one of them.
What does that even mean, bro?
We go ahead and dabble in a business lending, also mortgages as well, and yeah, just making
money,
making funding great again.
Yeah, making funding great again.
Sean, you want
Sean?
Sean McClone, the Swiss Army knife of Ledmid Capital.
Ooh, now are you actually Swiss? Is that what you're from?
No, I'm actually Finnish.
Oh, okay.
Scottish.
Wait, who did you? Who did you? No, Sean, go ahead. Sorry,
all good. Ledmid Capital business financing specialist.
Yeah.
Also, well versed in real estate as well. Happy to be here.
And Sean, not for nothing. I know this is the intro, but you kind of got a card funded, and your client paid the other day, huh?
Did indeed. Yes. It was a fantastic experience. But, it was actually an affiliate deal. So
really,
yeah. So the affiliate's gonna be getting paid tomorrow. He's happy about it. And
wait, hold on. So you got somebody's client a card this week, and the client paid this week. And the affiliate, somebody that signed up with Brokers Connection, like some of you guys here in the chat right now,
tomorrow.
They're getting paid tomorrow.
Wow.
Yeah, that's awesome. Clap it up for that. Clap it up for that. Sorry, guys. This is just the intro. I'm just a little eager to jump into it. All right. Sarah?
I'm Sarah. I'm an ISO representative here. I handle a lot of 0% no doc files, and I've also just stepped to the Fun Rock side of
clap it up for that.
And
now, in case you guys don't know, Fun Rock is our mortgage division. Okay, but we have a bunch of different products over there, from commercial lending. We do residential lending. It's a bunch of different products, fix and flips, DSCR loans. It's a bunch of different products over there. Yep.
And also, just want to make notice. I noticed one of the gentlemen that was here, Jason. We do have a lender in house that's going to talk a little bit about certain programs. One of the lenders that we work closely with, that we have been able to close a lot of deals with.
Yeah.
I just want him to go over programs, how much money commission wise, etc. But that'll be later on, just to make sure that, Jason, we didn't forget about you.
Jason, we're never gonna forget about you.
Definitely not. I'm the ivory ebony over there, right there, Darryl.
You sit right in my lap, Jay.
Oh. And that for a lot of new people that are with us right now, just want to let you know the purpose of the bell. This we call the pause or the Diddy bell.
Yes.
Whenever there's anything suspect,
questionable. You
etc.
guys will get the hint as we go on. Suspect is kind of like a New York term.
Yeah.
You guys will understand. Trust me.
And also, too, remember, today's about winding down. ending the week.
Strong, yeah.
Right. So it's just there's gonna be it's serious, but it's also a little playful.
Yeah.
So I just want to make sure that you understand. Obviously, reason why we make some references, etc. So and so forth. But it's really just winding down, enjoying the cocktail. Hopefully, everyone has their own tequila.
Now, Jose, every week you have a different tequila here. I don't think we've done the same tequila twice in a row. What do we have today?
Once we start getting sponsored by the tequilas, we'll go ahead and explain.
All right, so Jose, how would you like to start today, brother? I know. Hold on, listen, really quick. I know commercial lending was a big part of our week. We had 3 closings at the end of last week, which was, Chris Schmidt did it with commercial lending. So I know that we wanted that to be our focus for this pod. Correct. So why don't you go into a little bit of just bullet points of what you want to tackle, and then we'll get into it.
What we want to tackle in this.
Are we going to tackle together? Sounds like it takes a gang. All right.
What we want to tackle today, what we want to point out today is basically, how is it once an affiliate or a member joins our brokers connection, how much money, number one, do you make, right? Because it's something that's very important. If I'm going to put the work into it, what am I actually making? And that's why we wanted to point out the deals that one of our agents made over at Fun Rock was how much they actually closed, potentially how much money they made, right? Or the company made. From there, it's obviously their percentage. But just touching basis on commission wise, on every department, you have Fun Rock, right, with mortgages, which we, by the way, have Joe joining us later on today. He's coming up from a closing. He's on his way over here.
Yep.
And then also, too, how much money can you actually make on the business lending side, right? How much money if we get no doc funding, right? No doc funding it's composed of several different factors, right? Which we are going to go ahead and, we discuss on the onboarding call. And also, too, if you do revenue-based financing, how much money do you actually make, right? And then other programs, term loans, SBA loans. Today we had actually this week an SBA loan approved for 2.3 million, I believe.
2.8, Jose. Don't shortchange the half a million, all right, bro?
2.8
$2.8 million SBA fully approved. We got term sheets out to the client. The client accepted it. And looks like that should be something that should fund just before New Year's. We thought it was gonna happen before Christmas. Unfortunately, Santa did not come early.
Correct.
So this is it's gonna be something that we're gonna get done before New Year's. But yes.
All right. Yeah. Perfect. And I guess just what is it? What type of deal should they be focusing on?
All right. So you mean like what should our affiliates focus on? Okay.
What type of deals should they target? What type of deals?
Yeah.
What is actually going to make them the highest amount of income?
Yeah. So generally speaking, anything revenue based, if your clients have businesses that are generating revenue, right? Doesn't matter what their credit score is. There's really no credit requirements. Revenue-based financing or an MCA, which is everyone considers like the devilish product.
It's like a swear word.
Yeah, it's just like don't say it. But no, that's what could get you paid, same week. Okay. An SBA loan takes anywhere from 30 all the way out to it took me 5 months to close one for 150,000. You know what I mean? SBA loans just take so long. It's so many documents. And really, it's backed by the SBA, it's backed by the government. Anything that has to do with the government takes a long time, right? But that's what everybody wants. Everybody wants an SBA because it's a 10-year business loan, right? So you have a very, very, very minimal payment, and that's all people really care about. They don't really care about the cost of capital; they just care about what their monthly obligation is. So that's why everybody goes for SBAs. After that, something that everybody else wants is a line of credit. Line of credit is what everyone and their mother wants, right? Now, Jose, really quick, because this is something that we put on our podcast board for the week. Why do you think, Jose, everybody fucking wants a line of credit? Like, why is that the thing that every business owner wants?
A lot of business owners think ahead. Right. So whenever it's a line of credit, really, what is a line of credit? A line of credit is just money that you have on hand to be able to use later on. Right. But what happens a lot of the time is that there's several different factors. Sean, just to get you involved, what would you say? What are the qualifications for a line of credit?
I mean, usually the business has to be open for at least a year. They typically need a relatively strong credit score, and they need to be making a certain dollar amount every month.
Yeah.
They have to have pretty strong revenue.
Yep.
It's not something that a lot of business owners that might come in, of course, they want it, but unfortunately, with the qualification criteria, they're not necessarily going to get it. It's
most business owners, they don't file profit on their tax returns. Because they have the ability to do so, but it hinders them when they're looking to get funding and they truly do make what they are showing as their gross receipts. It's not helpful to them when looking for a bank line of credit or a bank loan. So I would say next in line after an MCA, if you want to get quick funding, would be the 0% cards. Because while we're not the bank and we have to factor in their own time frame, it does get done fairly quickly. We like to wrap up entire processes within 2 weeks. And in terms of us, as soon as we receive a file, we submit them, same day. So we're very proactive in the 0% files in terms of submitting quickly. So that's something I always let them know. Everybody wants a line of credit. I let them know, hey, do you have profitable tax returns? I look to see if there's things I can add back on the return that will help us out. A lot of times, they take advantage of the 0% interest. I always tell them, as long as they have a plan of action, they'll be able to leverage that that 0% that they want to.
One also too, I'm sorry to cut you off, Sarah, but also one of the things that we do is if you guys have questions, guys and girls have questions that are on the Zoom,
Yes.
leave them in the chat. Right, we'll go right ahead. As you can see, the questions pop up right there, and I guess who was that? Who asked the question? Usually,
Sean Comby of CMB Property Solutions.
Okay.
Yeah, so usually 700 plus credit score, and Sean, that's an amazing.
Partially
point.
correct.
Yeah, but also that's an amazing point because at least Sean knows that it takes a certain credit score to qualify. But Sean, there are, which you did not know, well, and this is the whole point of this, we have one of our line of credit providers you would need a 625 for.
Mm-hmm.
That particular lender that you only need a 625 for, okay? Also, they only need to be doing $10,000 a month, right? But it's certain.
What is their time in business?
So their time in business with this particular one, and this is why we have to do these every Thursday so we can educate everybody. Their time in business only has to be 3 months.
Wow.
Okay, which a lot of people do not know is that 3 months time in business, $10,000 gross revenue going to the bank account every month. But you know what it is with that particular line of credit, the approval amounts are not really that much, right? Now, even though it is a monthly payment, right? The approval amounts are not really that high. Line of credits are generally very conservative. So if you need 50K tomorrow and you're doing 50K into your business bank account, I mean, maybe you'll qualify for that line of credit program, maybe like 10, 15,000. Yeah. That's not what you want. Right. These people that are doing 50K a month want 50K or better. Right. You know what I mean? But again, it's not what they want. It's what they qualify for.
Correct.
Now, yes, it will be a monthly payment, but it's not going to be the dollar amount that you're looking for. Traditionally, lines of credit, your approval amounts are definitely not as much as what people really want.
Right, yeah.
Now, keep in mind, it's a line of credit, monthly payments. Because you're providing less documentation, you're going to go ahead and have there's going to be some compensating factors, right?
Yes.
If less document, I always tell everyone, less documentation means that the rate's going to go down. I mean, the rate's going to be higher. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Sorry about that. Rate is going to be a little bit higher.
Yes.
Tequila. Rate's going to be higher if less documentation. What I mean by documentation are tax returns. Requirements start getting lowered. Then what happens is your rates start to increase a little bit. What I mean by that is that as opposed to an APR, now you're getting a monthly percentage rate. Okay, so that's on a monthly basis, you're paying X amount. Right?
So does that mean that like the longer you hold the money, traditionally the more expensive it is with a program like that?
100%.
Gotcha.
So think about it. It all depends. If everyone is looking for money, and then they take a line of credit that is short term, let's say. Yeah. What's going to happen is what you need to be able to use that money within 24 to 48 hours, whenever you draw.
Yes.
So once you draw that money, you have to have the idea of paying it back and not using it for the full term.
Yes.
Right. It's because now it becomes expensive if you hold it for the full term. A lot of the money, and this is the mistake a lot of business owners make, are that they grab the money, they don't know what to do with it, and they let it sit in their account.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's a problem. But getting back to just revenue wise, how much money does someone actually make? Potentially, how much money comes into as far as commission wise on the line of credit? Yeah. Where you said before credit scores are what, 660, 620?
Yeah, 625.
625.
625 minimum. Yeah.
Commission comes in.
Yeah.
To be collected.
So with a line of credit, guys, right? You don't get paid the full amount of what's approved for the line, right? You only get approved for what the client draws. So let's just say the client gets approved for $100,000, but I mean he only takes $2,500. You only get paid on the $2,500. You don't get paid for the full $100,000, right? And that's not good for your pockets, right? So we usually try to use the line of credit as like an added bonus. So if you need money tomorrow, yes, I'm gonna want to try to get you something revenue based. Right, where we can make $5, $10, $50,000 on that, and then you throw the line of credit in at the end as like an added bonus, like a pat on the back, like good job, champ. You know, like thanks for doing business with us as an added bonus. Now we also get you a monthly payment option as well. Sean Combe, term.
Scroll up.
What? No, that's it. There we go. I'm part of another group that solid credit line quality. Sold.
Wow.
I said solid. For you. That's sold a credit line qual. I brought the client, but they're taking too long to pay out the 10% affiliate. Does payment take this long?
First of all, you're getting 10%. Wow. Make sure that you speak to your broker, sign up, Brokers Connection. We pay out a lot more than that. That's number one. Number two, do we take that long to pay out? How long does the company take out the payout? Honestly, what they do is either pay next Friday or for the month of December, what they're doing, which I got the green light from, was to let you guys know we are paying same day that money hits our account.
Santa likes that.
Yes.
Sure.
And the reason why is it's the
Perfect for the
holidays.
holidays. Yeah,
December, right? Why not? We
Everybody's got to do some Christmas shopping.
We all do last minute Christmas shopping.
Yeah.
Right. So we have to make sure to be able to go ahead and satisfy everyone's needs.
Right.
To be able to go ahead and just get your gifts for the significant others and not look like a scumbag.
It's an expensive time of year for everybody. Everybody.
So to answer your question, you do not have to wait that long. We go ahead and for the month of December, normally what we do is every Friday you receive your a wire, ACH, or however you are set up with the company.
Yeah.
There was another question on there.
And I will scroll down to that, but Sean, just want to let you know if you sign up with us, you're gonna get double that. All right. that 10% is horse shit. Okay, double that. So if you want to work with a real company that's gonna really pay you for your efforts, because again, you guys are doing a lot of the grunt work. Mm-hmm. You guys are out there using your network, your colleagues. You guys are out there using your own resources. However you market, you guys are taking your time out of your regularly scheduled profession to speak to people, to try to get documents in. It's our job to get it closed and to get you paid. Mm-hmm. So Sean, if a guy like you is doing all that fucking hard work, dude, you're only getting paid 10%. Why don't you start your own lending service? Start laying out the money yourself, dude. You know what I mean? Other than that, if you're here with us, we're gonna make sure you get double that. We're gonna make sure you get.
Daryl, I want to cut you off because we have Jason Harris raised his hand.
Jason,
let's unmute him or just.
No, he can.
Jason, go ahead. What was your question? I'm sorry, you raised your hand.
Jason, you can.
Jason, just speak.
Just speak freely, Jason. You can interrupt us.
Hey, what's up, y'all, man? I wasn't trying to cut anybody off, man. Look, so I'm actually about to sign up with this. Of course, I talked with y'all a couple of days ago. I was supposed to do it then, but I'm gonna go get it done tonight. I got a friend a new friend. He had walked into my business a couple of days ago, and he used to own a finance company, and he had a real bad experience with it. Basically, burn him out. Well, I sent him the link to the Zoom just a couple of minutes ago, and he's still working right now. But I think that it would be worth him taking a look at also, especially coming from a space where he had a bad experience as an actual owning a finance company.
Right. Yep.
What?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think he lost.
We lost
service.
No, Jason.
I think he might be in the area of bad service.
All right, let's go back to that because I actually like this question.
No, I think it's us.
It's us.
Are we lagging?
You.
Wait, Jason, hold on 1 second, brother.
It's not you. It's
hold
us.
1 second. It's not you.
It's me.
It's me.
No, nobody can hear anything.
Check. I mean, it's
Jason, you there?
It might be
there. Yeah, I'm here.
Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. All right, so
no.
I apologize. You left off that your friend had a
lending company,
a finance company, and your friend had a bad experience, and we lost you there. If you could please continue.
Oh, cool. Yes, that's a great recap. Yeah, he had what he calls a horrible experience there, and I guess it burned him out. And but I look at something like this and say, well, this is probably easier than what he was doing. He had to keep up with all the overhead and dealing with the direct chargebacks and issues of people not paying their loans back. And I don't think it was for businesses. I think he was dealing with consumers.
Okay.
which sounds like a whole nother bag of nuts. But I think that this would be easier. So am I talking to him? Because I'm going to talk to him a little bit later. What's something I can offer him that might open his
Go ahead.
open his ears more? That might open his ears more.
I apologize. Last thing was what did you say?
Yeah. So sorry about that. We were just trying to get everything together. Jason, one more time.
Just the last few sentences.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. What can I share with him about this opportunity that might sound more appealing than what he dealt with when he owned a finance company?
Very, very good question. So what happens is one of the things that we start off with Brokers Connection, once you get signed on, number one, we want to make sure that everyone understands the products.
Yes.
Okay. We consider ourselves a financial marketplace.
Mhm.
A financial marketplace means that we are able to go ahead and take a client and present to them different type of financial opportunities.
Yes.
Whether it's through the business side if they own a business, or if it's a mortgage of some sort. So we initially start off in different stages. Number one is allowing you to understand the different types of programs.
Mhm.
The second stage of that is for you to then go ahead and understand how to scale your business. Scaling a business really is, once you get the leads, perfect. You have, let's say you buy a lead list, right? What happens to that in today's day and age, and which was last week's topic, was marketing. How do you market to that?
Yeah,
Because a
leads,
lot of people,
leads,
what
yeah.
they do, a lot of affiliates is they buy a lead list. Let's say they spend $1,500 and they buy a lead list of people that are interested in business funding or mortgages.
Yep.
And it costs them $1,500. What happens to that? Realistically, you're unable to how many people would that say? That would be maybe, let's say 1,000 people.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, let's just use that number. 1,000. You get a lead list for 1,000 people.
Yep.
On average, on a daily basis, you could probably call 2 to 300 people, assuming you have no conversations. You can call 2 to 300 people on a daily basis. How long is it going to take you to get through that lead list? Now, you're in competition with other companies, right? So then the second
Same
part,
leads,
the
yeah.
same phase of our program is teaching you how to go ahead and the importance of a CRM and automations, which are huge. If you go on TikTok, you go on any other stuff, there's something called Zapier. Zapier is a Zapier and Twilio. These are all different companies that have been created to be able to assist companies to grow.
Right. I have a couple phone numbers through Twilio, and I use Agent CRM right now for my insurance.
Perfect. And then part three is
By the way, Jose, really quick, a CRM, for anybody who doesn't know, is a customer relationship management
wait,
system.
you had to look that up. You should already know that.
Wow. Just
He
to
has
let
to
you
jump.
know. So to let you know. But it's a place where you guys can store your leads.
Correct.
So that it's very easy to track what's going on deal per deal.
Correct. And then what happens after that is then once you're able to do that, then we'll become your back office. That's when you graduate to the next level. So it's being able to enter an industry that you probably were in before, or that you attempted, however, you don't know how to scale past that. We provide the opportunity for you to be able to do that. Then we go ahead and provide, like I said, the back office. After a while, what we're going to become is just your back office, your processing office. You're right about overhead. Overhead is huge. Overhead is one of the biggest things that kills deals. Overhead and leads, your lead cost, right?
Yeah.
And so that becomes very expensive. So we go ahead and mitigate that risk for you. And then after that, if you want to go ahead and do all this on your own, let's say you want to become a branch of any other companies that we currently have, 100%. Everything about us is opportunity. How do you scale? You understand? And being able to do that from the beginning till making you your own branch at the end of the day. That really is the end result, the end goal. So there's a lot of different ways that we can do that. I would encourage your friend or colleague to have a conversation with one of our brokers, or have a conversation with me. What we can do is I will go ahead and either go to the website, or you could just shoot an email to info@lendmakecapital.com. And then what I'll do is I will go ahead and just schedule a call with me. Have them schedule a call with me so that we are able to have a conversation and see how we could become a benefit to what he's looking to do.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And thinking about that, and thank y'all so much for that. It's great information. And also in thinking about that, bringing other people in, are there like hierarchies or overrides for bringing in other people?
We're working on that to get that done. Right now we just want to make sure that we bring the corporate. January 1st is going to be rolled out. It's going to be rolled out.
Almost
only
like a referral program, right?
correct, but for that particular program, it's only whoever signed up with Brokers Connection, and there'll be
Okay.
information on there. Yes, as far as referring an affiliate. Hold on, there's one thing. When I signed on here, my agreement was 10%. Was that Danny?
Danny Palmer, Mr. Palmer.
Danny Palmer. Who's Danny? If you could text, who's your representative?
Your account rep, Danny. If you just let
John.
us know. Huh? John?
All I know is John. Or Joshua. I think it's John. It's John.
Daniela, probably.
Okay. So Danny, do me a favor. First of all, let me apologize for you not getting the updated agreement. You probably did. We probably sent it, or maybe we forgot to send it to you, and I do apologize for you.
Yes.
If there's any deals that you close before that, we will go ahead and be retroactive on that. We will honor the 20%.
Yes.
Do me a favor, just send over an email. Send an email, you as well, info@letmakecapital.com. Send us an email. I'll get all that rectified so that we put you on the proper scale. It must have been in the very beginning when you joined us, Danny, and then we went ahead and increased everything. But we apologize.
Yeah.
And please email us tomorrow, and I'll make sure.
We'll make sure you get taken care of, Danny.
No problem. Thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem. So listen, I do want to keep reading chat, but one thing that I definitely want to get into is just the importance, because listen, while we have Sarah here, even though we know that her time is limited, while we have her here, I wanted just like a little insight on the cards, because Sarah is our top rep at getting these 0% credit cards done. And, right now we're in December. Since the beginning of the year, she probably has about 72 to 75 cards already funded and dispersed to her clients between ISOs and her personal deals. So while we have her here, I just wanted her to just speak about the importance of having communication with the client, as well as you guys, the affiliates or the ISOs, so that, to make sure at the end of the process that we all get paid. So Sarah, if you just want to speak about just the communication that we need.
Yeah, of course. Sometimes affiliates, referral partners like to hold their clients close to them. But I definitely need to speak to the client. Referrals, affiliates, they can always be on the phone, but I just want to make sure the client understands the product they're getting. A lot of times people come to me, they're expecting a line of credit. I'm very straightforward. You're getting 0% interest business credit cards. That definitely alleviates a lot of questions during the process when I speak to the client up front. And I'm really communicative with my any ISOs or referral partners, and I'm pretty simple. I always answer the phone. I always respond in the email thread. Everything's in one email thread. Even if you ask me a question outside the email thread, I'm gonna go back to the email chain. So everybody can just follow the email chain, whoever's on it. Every time I get an approval, client knows, ISO knows, same time. Everyone's on board to help collect payment. It's really important that we're all on the same page, that me and the ISO are working together. And, we satisfy what the client is expecting of us. So it's important that we set proper expectations so that they understand.
And we also want to clarify, keep in mind, clients are not paying for the cards, right? That's one of the things. They're paying for the service, the white glove service that we provide, because this is a program, a lot of these programs, no doc funding programs, which I'm sure you can agree with, someone could do on their own, right? And allow them to do on their own. I've had several different clients speak to us where they go ahead, obtain financing, and they get low limits, low credit limits.
Yeah,
right.
Very low. Yep.
And what we do is, and one of the things that we do is present a roadmap to the client on how to become bankable, even on the no income documentation funding side.
Yeah.
That's huge, because a simple thing as picking out the right business name, right? The right LLC name.
Yeah.
Registering your phone number, your business phone number on 411. A lot of us have a cell phone, which when you start off and you start off a business, you don't think about it and you put this as your business phone number. You can, but there's different programs out there right now. GoDaddy, what is Ring Central, etc. Some of them are more expensive than others, that you can just go ahead and buy a phone number for the business. Makes a huge difference.
It's all about how the client wants to utilize the business credit cards. Some clients see it as something I can max out my business credit cards if I need to, and it's urgent, and I can keep my personal profile remained intact. Other clients are super responsible, even on the business side, and they're goal is to create a relationship with the bank. Their goal is to get a line of credit. Their goal is to get a $10,000 increase on their own after properly using the card for a few months on their own. So everybody has their own way of viewing the cards. Some people, like I said, they're very it's appealing to them that, hey, I can go over 30% utilization and I can still go get a car in my personal name if need be. I can, inquiries are being removed. So it's all about how you look at it. If used properly, NAV score goes up, business credit, which a lot of us don't know about or look into, is going up. Now the bank that you have your credit card with, they see, hey, they have a few of our products. They might be more willing to give you more funds down the road. So it's all about how you're looking at the product, but it benefits everybody differently. And we've also added some banks this week. We added a new bank this week, so I'm really excited about that, and we're rolling that out as well this week. We should, get some approvals coming in, and I'm just happy to see us constantly growing, adding new banks, learning new products, learning about what's going on inside of these banks, leveraging our relationship with bankers to see what exactly not only they're looking for, but what they're not looking for, what's causing red flags in some files and not others. So, it's just doing our due diligence and constantly staying up to date with the reasearch in terms of funding, because
That's key.
I'm glad you say that, and that's huge because the reason why I say that is because, I mean, listen, there's competitors everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Yep, competitors everywhere. We spoke to a few affiliates that have signed on these last couple of weeks, and they're telling us about their approval amounts on no income documentation funding.
Yeah.
Right. 90% of the time they're getting business credit cards. What ends up happening with that, and I don't want to badmouth anyone because that's not what we're in here for, but what happens is one key component about our company is always keeping ourselves
Relevant.
up to date.
Yeah.
Not just relevant, but just up to date.
New procedures.
One of the things that ends up happening is that everyone goes through the same sequence, right? We just heard from an affiliate. I think actually you had the conversation. What was the maximum dollar amount that we don't want to name any companies, but what was the maximum dollar amount this company that focuses on that was actually able to get a client?
Yeah, so another company out there, like a rival company out there that does no income documentation funding as well, in which there's 3 ways. And again, guys, really quick, no income documentation, the programs, the banks can release the funds in 3 different ways: either a term loan, a line of credit, or a 0% interest business credit card. We keep saying cards because 90% of the time that's just how they want to do it. That's how the bank wants to release the funds. So that's risk for them. Plus it's 0%, it's 0% APR, for 12 to 18 months, right? So if you tell a client, hey, listen, we're gonna give you prime, which is probably like 8.75 or 8.5.
Now you're gonna get approved for. We're not the bank.
Correct. That you're gonna get approved for like prime plus like 6, which is like 14% APR. If you give them that option, they're gonna rather take the business credit card, which is 0%, right? So that's why we say 90% of the time that's how that's how the bank goes ahead and releases the funds. But
I have to run, guys, but I'm passing my headset off to my colleague Joe, who has actually he's actually been helping assist run the mortgage department at Fun Rock. I've been learning a lot from him, and so he's been training me to become a loan officer here as well.
He just got back from a closing.
From a closing.
So have a good night, y'all. I'm here if you guys need me. And here is Joe.
All right. Good night, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah.
Follow Sarah on all socials.
Thank you very much.
All right, Joe. Step up, Joe.
The hot seat. Make it hot.
There you go.
All right. Before we get on to Joe, because I do know we have a couple of not to just let's just finish up on the funding, Darrow. The like we said before, approval amounts that they were getting was $15,000.
Yeah. So $15,000 is what generally, some of these, generally some of these companies are able to go ahead and get funding on the first go around. Here with us, we're seeing that on the first go around, we're able to get people up to $60,000. The majority of the cards really have been coming in $50,000 plus, $50,000 plus on the first go around, just because of our expertise. Just like Sarah said before, how we leverage our relationships. Majority of these other companies out here right now, $15,000 is probably around the average that they're able to get first go around.
So just so everyone knows and just to end on it and move on to Joe, is that we don't just focus on national banks like everyone else does. We actually 2025 we're focusing. We actually have a lot of relationships that we're building with community banks
within within your state.
Not,
yes.
Wait, hold on. That's the mistake a lot of people make. Not at all. Daryl, it's not. There's a way around that. And obviously, once the client signs up, gets everything over, we can do it nationally, which is a lot of people don't understand that. So community banks, even though they do have certain state restrictions, there is a way around that. And give us a call. If you have a 680 plus credit score, 680 plus credit score, at least two personal credit cards with a $2,500 credit limit, and they've been around. Your time in business is for the credit cards. I'm sorry, the length of the credit cards is 1 year. Give us a call. We would be able to help you out.
Now, Jose, are there any restrictions as far as utilization is concerned with getting people approved?
There is. So 20% utilization. You have to be able to show 20% utilization
overall.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Overall, but yes, let's just say overall. It depends. After that would be obviously further evaluated. Our systems, our algorithms, they evaluate it, let you know exactly what needs to be paid down, if anything has to be paid down. But everything is case by case. Correct. All right. So Joe, we got Joe now.
Let's give him another round of applause.
Give Joe a round of applause.
Joe. Get there. Joe, why don't you speak to us about where you just came from, and you know how your evening was. I mean, listen, we're all smiles because Fun Rock definitely got another deal closed today. But why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
And Sean, I'm gonna ask you your questions in a minute. We just want to get past this, and then we'll go back to your question. I just want to make sure that you know that we did go ahead and acknowledge it. Okay.
Yeah, we got you, Mr. Comby.
Go ahead, Joe.
So I'll try to be brief here. So I actually got the deal through a friend.
First of all, Joe, where are you coming from?
Yeah,
I'm coming from Brooklyn. I don't want to be too specific. You know, I'm like a doctor with HIPAA laws. I don't want to share all my clients' information, but I actually got the deal through a friend of mine in Bayshore I ran into at a restaurant.
Nice.
So
Bayshore?
Yeah, he's actually working in business funding as well. But so he let me know his client needed to do a refinance on his commercial property. It's well, technically it's residential property, so 3 units. We ended up doing a loan. It was 1.3 million. We charged 3 points. We didn't want to hit him over the head. 3 points on that's 39,000.
Healthy ticket.
Yeah, here we go. Okay. Not bad for a Tequila Thursday.
Wait, I think you meant to say investment. It was an investment property, correct?
Yeah, it's a rental property that that the client owns. But the affiliate, my friend, since we signed him up as an affiliate, he collected 20% of what we collected.
There we go, man.
There you go.
There we go.
39,000, 20%. I mean, it's 7,800.
Joe's doing a lot of the heavy lifting too.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's explain. What did your friend have to do? What did you do? Was it just passing off a name and number?
Well, in this situation, he kind of passed off more of a full file, so he had a lot more documents. So,
Nice.
you know, I went through what we needed to actually get to closing.
Nice.
And we worked together collecting the docs, and I kind of got it to the finish line. So that's
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Nice. Now, let me piggyback. Let me piggyback off that. So, Joe, how involved in the beginning would you say that your friend was in the process, and then at what point did he kind of just let the reins go and just let you kind of do your thing?
Well, it depends. So in his situation, he collected the docs. He knew what to get. A lot of times, a lot of people just give me a name and number, and I'll take care of it for them.
Yeah.
But he was a little more involved.
Nice.
More
Yeah.
knowledgeable.
Nice.
But,
Very nice. And so that was a great deal. He provided the documentation. I guess he was trying to probably doing it on his own. Maybe he went somewhere else. Wasn't able to get it done.
He went to a few lenders that couldn't get
That's what it was.
There it is.
That's why he had all the docs.
There it
That's
is.
exactly what I wanted.
Joe came to the rescue.
And then he came to All Reliable, huh?
That's it.
he couldn't get the LTV, which is the loan to value that he was looking for. So other lenders are giving him lower numbers, and then we got him the highest loan amount, decent rate, good points, good terms. So
There you go.
took care of him.
Nice.
Nice.
Very nice.
All right, good. And also too, I think we actually I saw earlier today. I don't know if he's still here. The mortgage luchador.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if everyone had the ability to meet the mortgage luchador.
He was
What's
on,
he?
was that last week or 2
Where's
weeks
he at?
ago?
Oh,
Nah, he's
I
not
think
here
he was here
anymore.
earlier.
Might be suplexes.
I guess not. All right. Well, we have someone else. So we had another deal that came in, a DSCR loan, mortgage company that was looking at it needed 24 months of a verification of mortgage, right? And then they only had 12 months that were clean. They were doing, I believe it was a 41% LTV. It was just a rate and term because the client had a 651 credit score, so they couldn't give him cash out. They came to us. We gave them a 65% LTV cash out, right? So we gave them what was it, 25% of the loan amount cash out to the client.
Now, Jose, really quick for our first timers,
Yeah.
some people not really well versed in real estate. What does LTV stand for? What does that acronym stand for?
So LTV stands for loan to value.
Okay, gotcha.
Loan to value. So meaning that just to give you an example, if it's $1 million loan, 25% of that is 25,000. Right, $1 million loan, 25,000.
250,000.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant to say. I'm sorry.
Tequila Thursdays.
But yeah, so 25% of that, and that's what the client actually would net out, right? But on this particular deal, I believe it was a $1.7 million deal. Client netted out 25%, and then the rest of the money was actually paying off the mortgage balance. The balance, correct? Which we were able to get the client done. You know, and his rate was 9.25. 9.25 on a DSCR. 25%, 651 credit score.
Yeah.
Right. Everyone nowadays needs a 680 score.
Yeah.
And actually today we actually have John. John actually has a specific program for us where there's no credit score required. There's no credit score requirement. John, are you there? Jason, I'm sorry, Jason Quinn. You there?
Jay Quinn, are you here? If you're not here, we're gonna start reading the chat because I do see that Sean and AMD and a lot of you guys have like Leo.
I'm gonna text Jason, but go ahead and read the chat.
Yeah, no problem. So I just want to go back, guys. Listen, we want these segments. You know, we're here for you guys, right? We've been here since 8 in the morning, right? We're here.
I'm here, guys.
There he is.
Here,
all right.
AJ. Perfect. Okay, so Sean, AMD, we're gonna get back to you guys. Give us 1 second. Right here we have Jason Quinn. We've been working with Jay for many years now. I think 7 or 8 years. Look at that handsome mug.
There he is.
Wow, a face only a mother could love. Love this guy. Love this guy.
Jay, so go ahead. Just tell us a little bit about the program that you guys offer. Just the requirements. What are the guidelines? We don't want to give them too much.
Yeah, okay. What's on, guys? I've been in a lending. My name is Jason Quinn. I've been in a lending site probably a good part of 25 years. Straight mortgages, MCA.
Quarter of a century.
Yeah. Bro.
21 years old. So I've been doing it. So I'm part of a team. We are direct lenders. So we have a niche program, pretty much the only one out there that offer it. It's for the more beat up clients. It's for the clients that went bad on MCAs, for the clients that have negative days in their bank statements every day, 450 credit scores, judgments, tax liens, all that stuff. All we care, obviously we want to get paid back, so we do look at their business revenue, but collateral is king with us. We want to see equity in the property. First position, we're at 75% loan to value. Second position, 60 to 65. We don't like to go in third. We'll do any kind of real estate. We'll do primaries, second homes, investments, commercial. We'll even do land with nothing on it. Obviously, land.
You actually did a farm. You did a farm for us.
Yeah,
too.
farm.
Yeah, we did a farm. Yeah, we did a farm. Drink it up. We did a farm. So
what are you drinking, Jason?
I'm drinking bottled water.
Go ahead.
It's not be Friday.
Exactly.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, not to cut you off. Go ahead.
So we pretty much get any deal done. I'm just being straight up with it. Our LTV, if we say we do 75, it's really 65 because a lot of our deals with dealing with a beat up clients.
Yeah.
So the values of the properties, every client thinks they have $1 million property.
Yeah.
So, and it obviously it's always, I call it the curve. It's I always figure it's 10% less. So if they say their property's worth 200, you got to take into consideration it's worth 150, 160. We don't give. So if it's a commercial property, we're giving value to it as a building. We're not giving business value. So if we have to kick out the business and sell it from a nursing home to a bowling alley, we're not giving value to the nursing home. We're giving value as a raw building, not business value. So a lot of times we get a deal in, then I'm fighting with the client, like, oh no, my business is worth $1 million. Like, no, it's not. We're looking at the real estate. So when submitting the deals, make sure you speak to the client. Obviously, residential is a little bit easier.
Yep.
It's pretty straight up. You get all the information pretty much online. But when it comes to commercial, obviously a little more intense. Comp's a little bit harder to come by, but residential is pretty much easy to come by.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and guys and girls, I think Jason's being a little bit too modest. Understand this: every client has a different type of need. It's not when they're beat up. It's not at all, and that's one of the biggest misconceptions that everyone has is, oh my God, we're going to go to these particular types of programs where we're in a bad situation. It all depends on the need, right?
Yeah.
I have a client right now that I just spoke to Jason Quinn about. Think about this: the client is a doctor, has 2 properties, one worth $1 million, one worth $2.5 million. The doctor unfortunately entered into foreclosure. There was something that happened. No problem. We are the exit strategy for them. 2 things are going to happen. One, either the doctor's going to lose his property. One of them, which one of them is a fix and flip that he wasn't able to complete, because sometimes we try to take on too much than what we can actually handle, or we don't put the right people in place.
Yeah.
So he actually is in the process right now of losing the property because the lender doesn't want to take any more payments. What's going to happen? Take the property from me and I'm out. Right? I'm shit out of luck.
Who wants that?
Or now they use alternative funding to be able to help them keep the property. So it's not a bad program. It's not a bad program. It all depends on what type of situation the client is in.
Right.
Now, Jose, quick question, because I know we had a similar situation in which Jason was able to help us with a client that was out in the Hamptons, the world famous Hamptons. If they're behind on payments in their mortgage, are there certain programs that, I know Jay's here, but I want you to answer it.
Yeah.
Are there certain programs that we can actually go ahead and get them funding that'll cover some of those payments that they had missed or that they're behind?
100%. 100%. It all depends on the equity in the property, the LTV.
Yeah.
Right. And even sometimes Jason's company has been great and very, very, very good with us. That what they do is they collect payments up front. So think about it. If we're giving someone and they don't have to make payments up front because there's enough equity in there, now what that does is makes them, or puts them in a position where they have 12 months of good payment history.
Wow.
Now that's your exit strategy. Now you're bankable. Now you're getting a 30-year term. Understand certain things are bridges. We over at Brokers Connection, Lemmy Capital, Fun Rock Capital, what we do is we present the roadmap on how to get out of such a situations or get you and make you bankable. So understand that when we speak to the client sometimes, or we ask to speak to the client, it's not because we're trying to take over your file. You guys are great at what you do. We just have different types of products to be able to increase the client's ability to become fundable.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's get to the question.
Hey guys, listen. One of the things that I want to do, because you guys are asking a lot of questions, which is great. And I don't want
Let's
you guys.
get rid of the participants so that the thing can scroll up.
No, well, I have it. So really quick. So Danny Palmer, about 9 minutes ago, Danny said, "Can the company provide real estate loans in every state, commercial and individual, and I guess residential?" Jose?
Yes. So on the commercial part, we definitely are able to do it. We're able to do investment properties, commercial properties. We do have licensed mortgage loan officers in-house that we are able to go ahead and do primaries as well.
Nice.
Now it works differently on primaries. Just keep that in mind. All right. You need to be licensed to receive payment to do anything at all on the primary side. But on the investment side, on the commercial side, we are able to go ahead and do it. All 3 platforms, all 3 individual primaries, commercials, and investments, we are able to do all I want to say lower 48 states. But we do have options for that. On the primary side, you have to speak to our account representative because you have to be licensed to get paid. You have to be licensed to speak to the client. You have to be, there's a lot of compliance, right? So a lot of compliance on that. So on that aspect, you have to speak, and it goes over to a licensed mortgage loan officer, and they will be able, not them, but on the LendMate side or Fun Rock side, they'll be able to give you a breakdown of how that works. What was the other question?
Yeah. All right. Sean from CMB Property Solutions. I didn't hook up with Jason. I get gap requests most of the time. Yeah, Sean. Listen, definitely through our Brokers Connection network. Whatever resource that we have here within our company, you will also get through Brokers Connection.
Send us that email, info@lemaycapital.com.
Yes, sir. Another question from Norberto Villanueva. Norberto
Villanueva. Norberto Villanueva. Oh, you got to say it right.
Villanueva.
Villanueva.
Well, Norberto, thanks for tuning in. Will rural properties work?
Yes.
Joe?
From my experience, depends how rural. Like, let's say the population is like 1,000. It's tough.
Right.
Because they'll look at comps in the area if properties haven't sold or been bought in a long time. But for the most part, yes, we can do rural, but
Might be a lower LTV.
Now, Jason, Mr. Jake.
I see.
Wait,
8,000
population.
You'll be fine. You'll
Wait.
be good with that.
Yeah. Perfect.
Perfect.
So, but wait, hold on, Norberto. Are you on with us? You having someone directly that you're working with? If you do, or you come across that, let us know. Once again, info@Ledman Capital. Suggest Joe as your representative. He deals with all real estate. If he deals with the type of properties that you have,
He's the guru. He's
the
a real estate guru. Yeah.
If you haven't joined Brokers Connection, go ahead and join it so that we can go ahead and maximize like a deal and get the deal funded hopefully before the end. I wouldn't say before the end of the year, but maybe next month.
Or Norberto, if you have a question right now, if you wanna kick it live, you can. Did you have are you on your cell phone? Do you want to chat really quick, Norberto, or?
Yeah, I'm on the cell. Can you hear me?
There we go. Hey,
what's up, brother?
All right. Roberto, thanks for tuning in, brother. Thanks for tuning in. All right, go ahead. You want to shoot any questions? Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Joe,
The floor is yours.
all yours.
Joe is all yours. Yeah.
Hey, you killed it with my name. Good job.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's a single family, the multifamily conversion. I bought it 3 years ago for a flip, and I never got the flip started. Yeah, like I said, it's a population 8,000. I paid 100 for it. I probably have an ARV of 300. Got an appraisal 225 as is about 2 years ago. And I'm trying to get a first paid off of 80 and 75 for a rehab. So that's the project in a nutshell.
So 80, 75, so 155, and you said the ARV is how much again?
Call it 300. I've got it closer to 320 now. I got an as-is value 2 years ago of 280. Of 225 and an ARV of 280. That was 2 years ago.
All right. How about what's your day looking like tomorrow? We could discuss the details, and I could get you terms tomorrow. Most likely.
All right, cool. Yeah, it looks good.
Norberto, quick question. How much did you buy for?
100.
Okay. 100, and you need how much for the rehab?
75.
You said you owe 80 on it, right?
I owe 80. I put 20 down and got a seller carry to pay off.
All right, so there is a balance on that. Okay, the reason why I ask is Joe wasn't here today. There's another broker that works with us. We were able to get him. So we do what is called delayed purchase. A delayed purchase. It was a delayed purchase. The client bought it for 100,000 cash, no mortgage balance. They needed money to do a fix and flip, right? To do for rehab. They needed money for rehab. We were able to net him out, give him money. We were giving him money. He doesn't have to show proof of funds. Doesn't have to show anything. We gave him 70% of the LTV of what he bought the property for. $70,000 is for him, minus points, minus closing costs, etc. And then he needed $200,000 for rehab. So $200,000 is held in escrow. So now he's walking out with money on this property. He's walking out with money. We give him 70% minus the fees. So he's walking out with money to go ahead and do the first part of the rehab, and then after that, everything obviously is on a draw. So definitely, connect with Joe tomorrow.
Yeah,
shoot him an email.
Joe,
and that's info@lendmecapital.com, right?
You gotta get it right. It's because you got his name wrong. Norberto now is penalizing us because you got his name wrong.
I got the Norberto. The Villanueva is
Villanueva.
That's like our last name.
I said Villanueva as well. He said VJ.
So it's info@lend.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. Leo, put it in the chat for you to see, Norberto.
There you
go. Yep.
All right, perfect. And then just do me a favor in there. Ask for Joe over at Fun Rock, and I will make sure that it gets
Joe.
It gets transferred over to you. What was the other questions? I think you got to scroll up a little bit.
No, I took care of it. So Franklin has a question.
What's
Hot
the
off the press.
Facebook group?
What is the Facebook group?
There we go. Oh,
There we go. There we go. There we go. Perfect.
Thank you, Sean.
www.brokersconnectiongroup.com. That's where you guys can find everything. Sean, thanks. I took care of it.
You gotta scroll up. You gotta scroll up.
We answered everything. We're good.
No, we didn't. We didn't answer Sean.
Guys, I have to drop. I got to get the baby to bed. But I'll come on next week definitely. If you want me to.
Jason, listen, please kiss the baby for me. Kiss yourself for me.
Wait, and wait, what did you say? You're gonna do what?
Put the baby to bed. Like 8 years old.
Next week you're gonna do what?
You're gonna come in with us again?
Yeah, I'll come in next week.
All right, cool. Oh,
right,
awesome. Thank you. Listen.
All right.
Here we go, Jay Quinn. Jay Quinn.
Thanks
for tuning in, Jay Quinn.
All right, guys. Thanks. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Good job.
Now, guys, I took care of that. Now, guys, listen really quick. We did Jose himself, El Mágico. That's me. But you did make some magic happen today. Today, didn't you find a new fix and flip program where we could do something with
Kind of crazy.
620 credit score?
Oh yes.
Wow.
Isn't that like a new program hot off the press, Jose?
You gotta clap it up for me. Clap it up for me.
Are you sure? All right. You get your flowers. You get your flowers, Jose. Go ahead.
So
Tell everybody a new program
we
you
have,
guys have.
so because everyone in this group are investors, we do have fix and flip options where you no
Experience.
no experience.
Yeah.
No experience required. 620 credit score.
That's insane.
Just keep in mind, it all depends on where the property is located. Not rural areas. It has to be in a high traffic population. It has to be X amount. Speak to us about it so we can go ahead and just obviously discuss and see if they qualify, but we can go as low as a 620. In the event that your credit score is not there, we can do cosigner. We can use a cosigner. Keep it it's very simple. All you have to do is find a family member, a friend, life partner, lover. Doesn't matter.
There we go.
Add them to your LLC, majority ownership, and we are able to go ahead and get this deal done.
Nice.
That's just one of the hacks, one of the jewels.
So Jose, so you're saying if I just want to just jump into fix and flipping for the first time, right? I haven't done any of them. I have no experience, right? I have a 620 credit score. You telling me that there is something that I could potentially qualify for to help me get this done?
100%. And also, too, we have JV options.
What JV? What does that mean?
Joint venture options.
Okay.
Keep it. Remember, we have a lot of investors that want to be able to be part of fixing and flipping properties. There's a lot of revenue. There's a lot of money that's
Money to be made.
Yeah.
There's a lot of money to be made. So they're willing to come on. They're willing to go ahead and use their experience as the resume, the part of the resume that you need. So we do have a lot of JV options as well. There's a lot of deals that we can. There's a lot of deals that we do. There's not that many deals that we cannot do.
We get creative.
We get very creative.
Gotcha. You know what? One of the other things, you know, Jose, I spoke with you about, potential, potential strategies for next week's podcast, right? And that was really about like the do's and don'ts of sales, right? But I kind of wanted to jump into a little of that tonight, just because today was very hectic, guys. Just so you know, we set up our weeks so that we have funding Fridays, right? We like to close. Listen, a lot of people like money, before the weekend. Everyone likes to end their week with fundings. So we like to compile or, make sure that our week falls on, like a lot of our fundings fall on Fridays, right? That's just how we like to set it up. It's easy for everybody. It's easy for underwriting, right? So
let me cut you off, Danny. Thank you very much, Danny Palmer. Hope to see you next
yes,
week.
Danny, thanks for tuning in, Danny. Appreciate all the questions. Appreciate you for being here, Danny. Thank you so much.
Darryl, we got to wrap it up. There's one more minute.
We'll
extend the 5 more minutes.
Yeah, we'll 5 minutes. But Jose, one of the things that I wanted to ask you, and I want to piggyback it to Sean as well, is, guys, how do you deal with a merchant or a client that wants more money, right? Like just specifically business lending, that wants more money than what they are, let's just say, than their revenue. For instance, let's just say somebody's doing $50,000 a month and they want, let's just say, $250,000, but they do not have any real estate or anything to kind of help them out to increase their approval. How do you deal with someone that wants more than what you think they can get approved for?
Let me ask so the question was,
how do you overcome that objection?
Honestly, it starts with an initial call.
Okay.
Setting expectations, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's identifying the need. Everyone's going to want the maximum amount of money.
Right? Yes.
Right. A matter of fact, you know what? Sean, my counterpart, because we got to get everyone involved. Sean, tell us exactly. You can answer that question.
As far as getting in them, well, you got to be realistic with them. You got to set
yes.
the proper expectation. You got
Correct.
to let them know, what realistically they're going to be qualified for and why.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we have a lot of strategies, a lot of outlets.
Yes.
We can get creative, and we're going to explore those options. So obviously, we have an intake form here that has a set form of questions.
Yes.
To make sure that we're maximizing every potential option for that client, and
yes.
we run through that to make sure that we can cover them if that's what they need.
Hold on, and you know what? Let me break, ladies and gentlemen. Whoever signed up with Brokers Connection, we're also going to make sure that we email you guys an intake form, something that we use in our office to help you pre-screen or to pre-qualify your clients.
That's a gem.
It is.
You
That's a
just
game
literally
changer.
rolled it out. That was a gem.
No, yeah, but rolling out live. We're gonna give that to you guys so that you guys it'll be easier for you guys to market and easier for you guys to set realistic expectations before the deal gets to us.
Hold on, let's do something better. Everyone, number one, if you haven't joined us or on Instagram, Facebook, click like. But do me a favor. Also, let us know info@lenmaycapital.com. Let us know you attended today. We're going to email you over that intake form.
Yes.
Okay. And also, too, what we want to do is just so everyone's aware, for next week's podcast, what we're going to do is we're giving out ebooks. If you join next week's podcast, what we're going to do, there's an ebook on how to go ahead and set up a client correctly.
Do I get one?
It's an ebook.
Do I want to
I'm not going to hand it to you.
Okay.
You
email it to me? Okay, good.
But it'll be an ebook. We'll send you guys over an ebook next week. Everyone that registers, we're gonna make sure that Brokers Connection sends you over. Just if you're gonna register, they'll confirm once you register over. We're gonna send you guys an ebook on a lot of different jewels, right? On how to go ahead and set up a business properly for your client.
Yes.
And also to what needs to be done to ensure that the deal gets funded.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, Sean. We totally cut you off, dude. So sorry.
You guys scrambled me up over here, but anyhow, nonetheless. So we have the intake form, and it asks a bunch of key questions to kind of explore every avenue available for that client to see what they're available for. And what we're gonna do, obviously, is we're gonna see what their immediate need is. So maybe we can't get them the maximum dollar amount that they need. We're going to set a realistic expectation, and we're going to get them what they need for their immediate, goal.
Yes. And you know what? To just piggyback off that and to almost kind of wrap it up, because I know you guys have a lot of stuff that you guys can be doing on this lovely Thursday evening, but you're spending it with us. So thank you. We want to keep you guys captivated. But the most important question, and I have to give Jose his flowers, when it comes to this, the most important question that you can ever, because we're a financial marketplace and we can get you money within a bunch of different avenues.
Right.
The most important question is, what do you need the money for?
Right.
Right. And that's the most important question now. Listen, you guys are out here marketing. You guys are spending your hard-earned money and your most valuable minutes of your day speaking with some of these people that you guys really don't have experience in this industry. We want to make sure that we turn you guys into somebody like Sean, who says he's a Swiss Army knife, right? Why they need the money. Some people are going to tell you working capital.
That's not an answer.
Some people are going to tell you expansion. Some people are going to tell you expansion. These are all bullshit reasons that they tell everybody else. It doesn't help us sell the deal.
Right.
What helps us sell the deal is why you need the money. Yes, Bob, you're a chiropractor. Why the hell do you need $150,000? What are you going to do? You're going to go to Vegas or Atlantic City and bet it on black?
Hold on. Let me stop him. You're not selling anyone. There's no selling. This isn't the car salesman. You're not selling anyone. There's nothing going on. You have to be able to present someone a different perspective. Either they see the half glass empty or the half glass full. But the end result is the same. So there's no more selling anymore.
Yeah.
And that's one of the biggest misconceptions everyone has is, oh, I'm going to sell you. I'm going to sell you. I'm going to sell you. I'm a car salesman. Oh my God, here it is. Buy this, buy this. No, there isn't. Either you need the money or you
Or
don't.
you don't.
Right,
Yeah. Can't make you
He
take.
says it all the time. You need the money. You don't need the money. Let's not waste each other's time. You need it or you don't need
We
it.
can't make you take something that you don't need.
Right. Right. That's a fact.
Right.
Yeah.
So just to end on this note, what we're gonna do, let's go ahead. I want to also too something else. I just you're gonna receive if you are make sure you download the app, right, for Brokers Connection.
Yeah.
We want to engage with everyone. We want to know what your needs are, what your wants are, what you actually want to take out of this program, right? We have a lot to offer. We can't put it all in 1 hour.
Right.
What I would love for us to do, and we started discussing, and I think we're going to roll it out for 2025. But
Yes.
I need you guys to be able to tell us, yes, let's do it. Is we want to roll out motivational Mondays, right? We don't just want to go ahead. This isn't just Thursdays where we have a couple of drinks, maybe a little tipsy, etc. Let's roll out motivational Mondays.
Yeah.
Let's roll out
Stand on business.
just let's
Yeah.
roll out different ways for us to go ahead and motivate each other.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's what it is,
Mhm.
right? And motivational Mondays is for every single one, you just as well as us, to be able to go ahead and network and get it going for the week. Because because now it's become that everyone works from home,
Yes.
right? We're very lucky, very fortunate to have a 4,300 square foot office,
Mhm.
but some people work from home. That doesn't mean you're any less.
And you know, Jose, not to cut you off, but to cut you off. I think the world learned throughout COVID, right, that you could do whatever the hell you want from the comfort of your own home, right? But now you just have to figure out the resources, right? Because you could do anything from your house, right? But do you have the resources? Do you have the education? Do you have the knowledge? Do you have the literature? Do you have the material? Do you have the marketing components to run your own business from your house?
Yes.
Now, we have, thank the powers that be, that we have an office that we can come to and we can collaborate on a daily basis. The only thing that you guys don't have from home is the collaboration tool. But that's the benefit of Brokers Connection, the collaboration tool. We are here for you. Listen, if I'm your rep or Sean's your rep or any of the other reps here, you can call us 24 hours. I'm available 24 hours. Maybe Sean's only available 8, but
Cut off around like 10, 11.
Yeah.
But I'll get you in the morning.
we
really.
want you guys to have access to us, to my plethora of knowledge, to Jose's plethora of knowledge, to Sean's plethora of knowledge, to Joe's plethora of knowledge, to have access to at your fingertips, whether it's a text, email, or even a simple phone call, for how we can help you get better at what you should say when you're marketing to these people.
Mhm.
Even if you're at dinner, you're at a nice steakhouse on a Friday night with your wife and with your kids, you overhear somebody talking about their mortgage rate. You now know what rates kind of are at the given moment, but you also know that we have programs that their credit score is not at the point that they need. We have different programs to help them. We want to turn you guys into a walking, talking Swiss Army knife, so that you guys will be able to take your,
Wrap it up.
because this is gonna be your side business. But hopefully one day this
It'll
might
be
be
your
able to
home.
this might be able to be your main business, and you guys might just be able to refer business over and get paid and become experts in something that none of you guys went to school for.
Right.
Yeah, and that's rates on the investment side, not residential. No, we gotta
Not residential, yeah, because
Gotta be
All right.
licensed
Yes,
to talk about
exactly.
residential.
like once again, trying to wrap it up again. These guys just have a lot to say.
listen, it's very hard to wrap it up.
Monday,
We all know this. All right.
Monday, we're gonna send out I don't want to say a quiz, but a poll of what it is that you guys want us to do.
Yes.
Motivational Mondays. Honestly, even too, we're thinking about doing Tuesday, Wednesday, honestly, underwriting. Let's do TikTok. We're gonna do social media. Why not take advantage of all these different platforms? All right. We'll get on TikTok with you guys and the clients. You're on the phone, so everyone can learn.
Wait, Jose, you want to live underwrite files?
Live on the right files. Why not?
I'm down.
Put us to the test.
Yeah.
Put us to the test. Not
Test your
everyone-
might.
Just remember, we're the first ones doing it. So everybody out there, competition,
Yes.
don't copy.
Guys, listen.
Love you.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in for another Tequila Thursday segment with us. Listen, again, sign up for Brokers Connection. We want to be here for you guys 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We want to make sure that the money and the time that you guys are spending to go ahead and try to make a better life for yourself, a better life for your kids, to try to generate other revenue streams. We want to make sure that we're able to make sure that you guys are the sharpest that you guys can be to generate to bring the leads in. And I promise you that we have the experts here that are going to convert those leads to dollars in your
And
pocket.
remember, old friends, new friends. Join our group. We know you're watching. Love you guys.
Love you guys. Take care. See you guys next week.
Appreciate y'all. Take care.